On one of my recent trips to Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada for work, I was finally able to go and check out this incredible little store run by three incredibly passionate hobbyists. They found a need and they definitely brought it. And I've heard that this store is already in the process of looking for a larger location. So let's get to go and check out Fish Be With You Supercentre.
Hey everyone, my name is Art Berenguela and I am the founder of Fish Be With You Supercentre. So it all started with for my buddies. Actually, I was just doing it by myself when I was busy with my study as well in engineering. So I have like 3 aquariums in my bedroom. And during the pandemic, I was so anxious about school and I cannot go outside. So I decided to go to big pet stores like Petland and PetSmart, but they don't have any fish in the store. So I'm like, okay, how about I message my friends in Thailand and in the Philippines, and they ended up sending me a couple of boxes. So I posted it online and I got a bunch of support from the community, and I ended up selling all of those boxes, a couple of boxes of fish within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I decided to just, you know what, maybe I should try doing this. So I set up about 16 tanks in my basement, but it didn't turn out well because of the humidity. So after 2 weeks, I set up 45 tanks in my garage, and that's how it started.
All right, Art, and wandering around, I've seen all the fish, but one thing that I find very impressive that a lot of people may not notice, or if you were a customer coming in, you'd be upset seeing these type of things, but the fact that you guys have strict quarantine procedures. So you got fish here, and you're not just quarantined, but you're also telling people how they're doing, how many more days left of quarantine. What made you guys do that?
Well, like what I said earlier, it's not just actually a business. It is a hobby that we've been doing for a long time. So we care about our fish. So that's why we always put on our tags, you can see it says not ready and 5 more days. So every time we receive the shipment, we do quarantine them for at least 2 weeks. 2 weeks to 1 month, not until they get better.
Yeah.
So we do salt bath, we do methylene blue bath, and we put some medicines. Depends on what is the problem with our fish. And we don't really want to sell any sick fish for our customer because we really value customer service here.
Nope, and it shows. That's really important. That's awesome. All right, now I'm sitting here with Carl, and Carl's another one of the partners that Art was talking about. And Carl, you're going to tell us, there's so many of these beautiful Aquascape displays in the store. Tell me about these.
So this display here is by one of our partners, Jason. He's in the IAPLC, I believe, for his aquascaping competition. So in our store, we try to bring in as much natural stuff in as much as possible. So we try to stay away from the glow.
Yeah, the fake colors and everything like that, all natural.
Plastics, yeah, because I mean, it's better for the fish, it's better for the water, keeps the maintenance low too, so it's better overall for the hobbyist. So yeah, clearly here.
Well, there's some gorgeous plants in there. Seeing that Hygrophila pindifidia there that's just growing out there, that's gorgeous. A lot of nice little bucephalandras. And the fish selection is there, but you don't see them right at first. It's all the aquascaping you see first, and the fish are just kind of subtle.
It's very like small detail, you know.
Yeah.
Like right here, I believe is white anubias.
Yeah, I think that's called pinto. Is that the one that's pinto? Yeah, it's like a marbleized.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite plants that Jason had put into this tank.
And it's just a nice little punch of color.
Yeah.
So this tank's running on CO2 and everything. It's got all the bells and whistles.
CO2, and there's a aerator here, I believe, that helps the water or oxygen.
Yeah, I think that's an oxidizer. So it puts hydrogen peroxide in there.
Yeah.
It's good for taking care of that algae that's always a nuisance.
Yeah, like 3 months ago we had a really bad hair algae situation here, but now it's gotten really well and the moss are really growing well. So Jason has been doing a great job maintaining it.
So anybody can come down here to Fish Be With You Supercenter. Where are you guys located?
Right now we're in 1715 Saskatchewan now, but we're thinking of moving locations.
Get a bigger location.
Yeah, but
so people can come down here and you guys can direct them and help them out. You guys got all the supplies for getting them home that they could set up a tank as gorgeous as this.
And we actually have an aquascaping table at the back over there where you can arrange rocks. And
well, let's go take a peek.
Yeah.
So this is the aquascaping table. This is a cool idea. What do you do?
So basically, like, if you want to trial your rocks or aquascaping materials, grab a bunch of rocks down here below here, and then just plop them in here. And then eventually we'll have measure dimensions for your tanks, so then you can like kind of like marginalize it and see how if it would fit in your tank or not, because most of the time we had customers before, they would buy oversized dripwoods and like they would come in and then get it and then put it in their tanks, it just doesn't fit, so they'll have to return it. So we were like, well, let's try to minimize that. So
but then they get to envision it. They can sit there on the sand table. And the other benefit is they come in here and they're going to play around with all the different rock offerings and wood offerings, and they can set up the tank, get that dreamscape, and you guys with all the experience can help them through setting up that tank.
Yeah.
And then they actually can take all that stuff home and set up that tank at home.
Exactly, that's our idea, and we have the plants to like give them advices on and all that. So basically, if you want aquascaping materials or aquascaping anything, you come down here and we'll be able to help you out as best as we can. Looking forward to see you guys here at Fish Be With You
Supercenter.
Supercenter.
See ya.